Five one time for your mind.
Welcome to Sunbeast Live. I'm Adrian Valente with Sunbit, and if you're one of our dental partners, you're in the right place. Happy Wednesday, February 18th, and thank you for joining us on our weekly educational series where we help certified and trained Sunbeasts like you continue in your learning to help build your comfort and confidence in how you use Sunbit technology with the patients you serve. And for those of you that are watching us live through Zoom events right now, all of you are getting Sunbeast rewards points for making the effort for being here as our way of saying thank you. And you can participate in chat, ask us questions, or just generally share how you're feeling. And if you're watching this through another platform or watching it on demand, you can always join the live show with us on Wednesdays. And because we cover different topics each week, if you need help, you can always reach out to success@sunbit.com. They can help with scheduling team training, one-on-one coaching, consulting you with anything you need to help you be successful using Sunbit, including marketing refills and more. And then, of course, on Wednesdays, we are joined by show producer and co-host. Please welcome to the program, Queenita Brown. Queenita, how are you?
Oh, hello. Do people still do duck face?
Is that a thing? I don't know. Let's check with chat.
It was
Is that still a thing?
5-10 years ago. I don't know. Okay.
Haley says yes. Okay. Haley says yes. All right. Support. Okay. Anyways, so we got a good one today. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Good. We always got our regulars and, of course, all the new folks who are watching us for the first time. So thank you for joining us. And Queenita, what are we actually going to be covering today? What's today's topic?
Today, we are talking about marketing.
Oh, the goodie bag. What are we talking about?
Marketing goodies.
And you might be in a role where you're sitting there like, I don't do the marketing. Like, why do I care about this stuff? Well, if you're in any position where you are talking about Sunbit to patients, you're offering it to patients, it's nice to know what you got in the toolbox or what you got in the goodie bag to help you out in terms of communicating with folks. So we're going to walk you through why it's so important to present options early. It's something that we see come up quite a bit in our trainings. The importance of getting ahead of the awkwardness, not waiting until it's time to pay the bill to finally mention that you have payment options. Because usually the stress comes up during consultation when we start estimating need and costs. Even if we're just ballparking some numbers, it can cause a lot of stress, both for the team member, like you offering it, and of course the patient hearing about it. So marketing can help you at least soften the conversation and help you get ahead of it. So we provide a lot of basic complementary marketing materials, and one of the ones everyone uses is the 8.5 by 11 countersign. These are foam core easel-backed signs you can put on display pretty much anywhere. You want to put it in the lobby or you want to put it at the check-in desk, of course. Like, we can ship these to you at no cost. You can reach out to success@sunbit.com. Maybe you have some glass partitions, doorways, and you'd like to have some window clings. We provide those too. These are also very, very popular and also gives you some flexibility. And then we also have table tents, so 4x6, which is like a size of a postcard. And they flat pack, you fold them up and you're good to go. They can pretty much go anywhere. Just a couple of notes though, and this is important. In the state of Illinois, there's a compliance issue. You cannot have any marketing materials for any of your financing options in the operatory. You can't talk about financing in the chair. I know this is also something we see in California. That's also a law there. So, two that I know of, but always be sensitive to your local state laws. So that's why you have the reception area. That's why you have the check-in area, treatment consultation office, anywhere outside the operatory if you're in California or Illinois. And you also have a lot of digital materials too, which can help, especially if you are trying to make sure you are compliant. And digital banners allow you to also link to your Sunbit pre-qualification so folks can see what their options are by simply interacting with any of the banners you have on display. So maybe your website has a dedicated page for all of your payment options. Maybe you list all your financing options there. Maybe you have an FAQ or information page, or maybe just something on the homepage like we're seeing in this example here. And sending your pre-qualification link to yourself is a good way for you to just copy and paste it where you need it. So the way you send it to patients, just send it to yourself, and then you can copy it into places where you need it. We also have digital displays available. So not the actual physical TV. No, we have files you can put on your displays. So in addition to all the print marketing, you can combo those together. And we also talked about the treatment consultation room, especially Illinois and California, where you can't have any marketing or be able to discuss financing at all in the chair or the operatory. If you have a treatment consultation office, the materials there can be treated very similarly to the front desk or check-in experience, where you have brochures on display. Maybe you have a countertop mat. You want to make it easy for folks to access the options, to see it's available, make it easy for you and your team to point to and reference, because that might be a softer approach for you as well. Oh, a lot of our patients really like this monthly payment thing. Here's an example. And, that way you can show patients and mimic the setup you have in the lobby as well as with treatment consultation, if you do have a separate office. So we're going to talk a little bit about how you can access all of this stuff right now. Huh? Oh, Queenita, I'm bringing you in with chat. So we're going to talk about how you all can access everything I was just showing in the new marketing kits. The new marketing kits, which we're very excited about. So shout out to...
Good job, guys.
Hey, Haley's on fire. There we go. She knows what's up. And thank you, everybody, for helping out. Callie, thank you so much. And Candy, we appreciate all of you Sunbeasts. Erica, good to see you too. Anyways, I don't want to get too sidetracked. I sometimes get stuck in the chat loop for too long.
I'll stop you. It's okay.
Thank you.
We're good on time. It's early.
All right. So if you are familiar with the marketing tab in your dashboard, we're about to show you something new that is a kind of a next level version of that media library with more stuff. So hold on a second. More stuff. Let me grab the link. So if you want to follow along, you can. I'm going to do this live in my browser too. New stuff. All right. Maybe you're sitting there and you're like, Adrian, I'm not in charge of the website. I'm not in charge of marketing. There might be something in here that you might like. That's the whole point. It's a big menu. Choose something off the menu.
And Tabitha, this is different, okay? So this is different from the dashboard. This is like more stuff. So we're going to show you what in here is in the dashboard as well, and let you know the dashboard way.
All right, marketing kit. How do you go next level? Okay, let me bring up my browser. Hold on, where we are. Hold on. Scrolling. There we go. So here, you gotta move a couple things out of the way. Okay, so the link I shared should bring you straight to the dental section. We also do this for car dealerships, as many of you know. Their service drives use this for parts and service and tires and maintenance and all that stuff you need to keep your car running and safe on the road. So here in the dental section, we're going to see website templates, your media library, which is in your dashboard, and then new email and text templates and print flyer guidelines in case you're doing your own thing. You need to make sure you're using the proper disclaimers and approved patient-facing legal disclosures. We have that all right here. So let's go into it. We're first going to go to the left here and click on website templates. Okay. So here, maybe you're just a single point location. Maybe you're part of a group with multiple locations. So there's some help here on how to embed this in your webpage. And even if you don't do that stuff, it might be helpful to forward this to someone who does.
Yeah, share
That might be really helpful. Yeah. And this is a public-facing website for you to be able to share with team members. If you got a person who handles the website stuff or handles marketing or templates for things, and that way you can have an easy way to link to your pre-qualification. And there's places here where you would just copy and paste your link in there, swap it out. A lot of good examples here, being able to see how people are implementing it on the website. So if you know website people, or maybe you do that stuff yourself, go check it out.
And it gives you some steps too. So
yeah.
it helps you with doing it as well.
Now the media library, the next one, this is what's on your business dashboard. So it's going to actually link me over to a standalone website for this, and it's just like what we see on the business dashboard. Here, I highly recommend you download the digital web banners. Highly recommend it. We're going to come back to it. Other stuff on here, there's all the print. There's the, oh, sorry, I skipped my screen a little bit. So all of our print signage, all that stuff I showed you, all the PDFs, all that stuff, it's available here. We also have monthly payment example chart. It's my favorite. You hear me talk about this all the time. Love that one. So the media library, also the QR code generator. We get a lot of questions about that. How do I turn my link into a QR code? Hey, there's a free service and plenty of ones you can just search for online that do this stuff. And, oh, Tabitha telling us email today, trying to send out the link. Wasn't working for you. Oh, that's odd. I wonder what the error was going to. But, you know, our success team might be able to help you.
Mike mentioned something up a little bit as well about in his dashboard, the assets aren't reflecting the new term links.
Oh, yes. So our success team, especially for the 24 months. Mike, are you on the orthodontics model? Sounds like you might be. If so, some of you might be on special versions of Sunbit that are not reflected in our marketing media libraries. So for those instances, please reach out to success@sunbit.com because we do have materials for you. And we are in the process of getting all that updated. I know it's a lot of the general stuff that we have there now, but thanks for bringing that up. And good eye, Queenita.
Yes.
Thank you. Any other ones?
No, we're good.
All right, let's get back into this. Okay, so media library in your dashboard, at least so you can access the basics. And even if it doesn't reflect the exact terms, focus on the really simple ones where it's just kind of the vanilla Sunbit key takeaways for folks. You know, no hard credit inquiry, fast approval, all that stuff. So let's go back. There's email and text templates. We've definitely talked about this before, but now there's a whole bunch of additional examples to get specific with it. Email, general awareness, scheduling appointments, confirmation reminders, short and longer modules for maybe existing newsletters you send out, text message copy, lots of good stuff in this one. And then of course, print flyer guidelines. So the link, I'm gonna put it again in the chat for folks. This is the latest marketing kit and will soon be moving into the dashboard. But right now you have early access. So a big shout out to our ops marketing team here at Sunbit for putting that together for us. Very nice. Now, I mentioned earlier that you should go and download the digital assets. So let's talk about that real quick. So in that media library, you're looking for those digital banners, and it's going to give you a zip file with a whole bunch of different options and different sizes. And this just gives you flexibility based on where you're trying to put it. You know, is it going at the bottom of your email signature? Or you're trying to put it at the top of a web page somewhere? Or maybe you have a newsletter that has like a column off to the side, and maybe one of the narrow, tall ones would make more sense. So you're just given a plethora of options for you to just select from and grab what you need. And some are more friendly for social media posts. Some are better for your website, email signatures. So all of that and more. And these are just a collection of some of my favorite ones. And particularly the one in the top left. So for example, Mike brought up, the one at the bottom is a good one, Mike, for emails because it's pretty short. But it's wide for email and looks like a typical advertisement you would see at the top of a website. The other one I would recommend is this top one right here. So like Mike, you mentioned, well, it doesn't reflect the exact terms, but a generic one, just letting people know that this exists, because sometimes that's all it takes. I'm a big fan of less is more. There's something about how light and airy that one looks. I like it. That's my personal preference. Smile now, pay over time. The plan patients come back for. And now they're interested and they're going to ask you about it. And that's what you want. That's all you want. Just ask us about it. I'm happy to show you. And if you don't ask, I'll ask, we're going to bring it up to every patient every time, make sure they know, yeah, Callie in the chat, simple is best. But these newer banners, especially if you're looking at your marketing right now and it doesn't look like this, you might have older marketing, and our success team can help you update that stuff. So a quick rewind. How do you get to this? Well, head over to your business dashboard, dashboard.sunbit.com. So our merchant partners have access to all the reports, all the data, the analytics, and that marketing tab up there in the top navigation. That's how you're going to get to your basic media library, with just the basics, and that's where you're going to get those digital banners. But if you use that link we just shared with you in the chat, and if you're watching this on YouTube or Spotify, we'll put that in the description for everybody. But you can access the newer marketing kits with all the expanded templates and more to really help you out, especially if you're using any platform integrations in which you can control some of the templates for your text outreach and email outreach. Really, really helpful to be able to do that. All right, Queenita, let's check in with the chat real quick. Did I miss anything before we switch to as low as marketing?
Nope.
All right. So the next one is as low as marketing. What am I talking about? Well, it's hugely popular because you see it all the time on billboards for cars and, commercials, pay as low as, $99 a month or something like that. And we have marketing materials that help illustrate examples for folks. I know a lot of treatment coordinators love having these at the ready to point to look at, to be able to reference an example, to then help them look at their own options. Because sometimes seeing is believing. Some people just need to see an example of what you're talking about. So what's the example we're looking at here? What is that? $1,000? Was that 50, 60 bucks a month? The goal here, and this is why some practices even put this out on display in the lobby and they just let it sit there so people can stare at it for a while. So whether you're actively offering it or passively displaying it, or maybe both, all the above, it works. People pay attention to different things at different times. We're all trapped in our bubbles, right? So this whole notion of being able to change the conversation from affordability to options is what this is all about, to help reframe the pricing, to shift the stress for paying for that full amount right now to splitting it up over time. That's what financing does for folks. Really, it's, you pay interest in order to buy time, right? And a lot of you really appreciate the no interest options that we have available as well. And when you think about pay as low as marketing, you see this a lot. Like aligners are a great example. Several $1,000s, that's tough to pay all at once. But then being able to split it up into monthly payments. I like this example where it's showing discounted Invisalign down from $4,000 to $3,499, $3,499, or pay as low as $211.95 a month with Sunbit. So $212 a month or $3,500. And if we can turn this into a car wrap for Callie, I would be all for it. So if we can do car wraps, someone do the AI and make it happen. So
I saw Adon here. So Adon, why don't you go ahead and get a wrap together for Callie?
he'll figure it out.
Thanks.
So when we think about this whole pay as low as marketing, it of course helps with major treatments. Helps with minor things too. We see plenty of Sunbits for $100, $200, $300. We see that all the time. Especially when you have no interest options. Why not? A little bit of breathing room when it doesn't cost anything extra. And there's no fees, no penalties. And we have a US-based call center treating folks well. That's important. We don't outsource collections or support to a third party. Everything is handled internally by Sunbit employees. When you call Sunbit, you're talking to Sunbit. And all of this is to not only help you build your comfort and confidence offering it, but also to help patients with their comfort and confidence using this too. So, if there's something you should be taking away from this, is that there's a lot of different ways you can bring this up to folks. And we have a lot of different tools that you can leverage to help you. Even if you can't say something to everybody all the time, how can you reach more folks? Marketing social media and more can help you get there. In fact, a lot of Sunbit partners have gotten really creative about how they leverage the complementary marketing materials that we provide for them. Using the banners we just talked about and that I encouraged you to download on perhaps a Facebook post, using the approved language that we also have in the marketing section of the business dashboard. Maybe just holding up the print marketing that you've received. We've seen plenty of partners across multiple industries do this. And of course, our Sunbeasts have also shared examples with us as well. One of my favorites is including it in the consent messaging up front for a patient when they're checking in, especially for new patients. As they go through their paperwork, I'm seeing more and more practices start to implement an area that reviews what payment options and financing options they provide and support to help the patient acknowledge that I've been made aware that these are available. That's a very powerful thing to just weave into the new patient process. Courtney in the chat letting us know I send my link in my copay reminder texts. That's also an amazing tip there. Giving folks an opportunity to review things on their own is important. That's why the pre-qualification link is so popular and why it helps so many folks, because you can just weave it into your communications and let patients look at it on their own if they want to, And at the very least, it may help them be comfortable asking about it. All right. Folks always feel awkward asking for financing. So that's why we try to offer it to them and be more upfront and try to be ahead of it. Get in front of the awkwardness. Robin Davis over at Queenita Family Dentistry, some of you remember, she gave a great example for an email template where, need a little extra time to pay, and then explaining the benefits of Sunbit, just kind of generating awareness, and then a phone number for the office to call. Love seeing it. Is Queenita actually here right now? Hold on a second. Is she here? I didn't even...
Robin, you called her Queenita,
no.
her dentistry.
Robin, sorry. I'm sorry. Wait, I did? No. That's
you called her Clorinda.
Man, I did it in the previous one today too. I had the misspelling and
for the location is sorry.
We're just goofs. We're just goofs.
It's live.
But listen, if you want to get started with your own template, we have a starter one here, but I recommend using that marketing kit we provided earlier. I'll go ahead and put that link in the chat one more time to bump it up for everybody. A lot of good stuff there, especially when you consider leveraging your pre-qualification link and bundling it with QR codes. So if you have a Sunbit tablet, one way you can get the link is to send it to yourself. Yeah, just like you would to a patient. Just text it to yourself, and then you can copy it wherever you need it. And if you're using the business dashboard, do the same thing. Just when you're sending it from the dashboard, just don't put anything in the dollar amount. You get that little notification that says if it's blank, it just treats it like a pre-qualification link. So same thing there, just text it to yourself. And then that way you can copy your unique link, because when you choose your name and send the link, it attaches a 4-digit code that is unique to you, the Sunbeast. And that's different from the generic link that your location uses for marketing purposes. But if you're looking for a link that you can put in your communications, your email signatures, your text outreach, that's the one that gives you Sunbeast rewards points in the mobile app. So when you're sending those links from the tablet, you're getting rewarded for the effort. Same thing if you were to copy and paste that link and someone accessed it somewhere else. So love seeing that. Adon also in the chat letting us know, send the link to yourself and keep it. You can forward it to patients and earn those rewards points. And if you're curious, well, how do I take that link and turn it into a QR code? You can search for QR code stuff. There's a specific website we reference in our marketing media library, qrcodegenerator.com. Don't create an account. You don't have to pay any money. Just do the free one. You just need a basic QR code. You can copy and paste your link, scan it once it produces it to make sure it works, and then you just download the picture, and then you can, use it wherever. Because they want you to sign up and pay money so you can get like custom colors and put a logo on it and do all. You don't need any of that stuff. Just keep it simple. Do the free one. And our success team can help you with that as well. So our team is there on standby for you too. And then, of course, we would be remiss not to talk about Sunbit in Spanish, one of the most exciting updates with Sunbit last year that is still making a lot of waves, because we also have Spanish marketing materials So for those of you that have the Spanish enabled on your tablet and your system, you can also reach out to our success team to assist you with getting the latest Sunbit Spanish marketing materials. Now, if you do not have Spanish turned on for your Sunbit, reach out to success@sunbit.com. They can definitely help you get all of that set up. And we also have a nifty PDF document with our top 10 marketing tips. I'm going to share in the chat right now for everybody, and we'll also include this in the description for YouTube and Spotify. But for those of you that want to continue on the marketing journey with Sunbit, check out the guide, talk to our success team. Feel free to watch the recording of this on YouTube or Spotify to revisit a lot of what we talked about, and visit that link that we have in the description and here in chat. Let me check back in with Nita and chat. Did I miss anything?
Yeah, we did get a few questions / comments. So I'm going to start up. Lee mentioned, I need to reach out to support. I like the idea of adding it to the copay reminder text. So if you want to add any link to any of your texts, then you can text yourself your pre-qualification link from the tablet or dashboard, and you can use that. But also that link to the marketing kit that we showed you earlier, there's some text copy in there too that you can use. So feel free to go to any of those as well. What was next? Allison mentioned that they had a patient ask if their Sunbit contract could be applied to their taxes.
No, you can't. Yeah, you're like, to use Sunbit to pay the government? No. You can only use Sunbit with the merchant partner that is authorized to use it, which in this case would be you. So
I like where they're going. You know, they love Sunbit so much that they just want to use it for everything else. So appreciate that, patient.
We have other products on the horizon. You know, many of you know that we have a Sunbit credit card, which is a whole separate payment method from the installment loans we do on the tablets and the guided app links you send from dashboards. But yeah, we like where your head's at, and you know, personal loans may be there in the future, but at the very least, right now, you know, maybe Sunbit can help folks through tax return season, and then once they get their tax returns, if they want to pay down the remainder of their Sunbit loan and also pay less interest, that's a really great opportunity for folks to do that as well. Any other ones?
Erica had a question. She said that she tried to copy and paste, but then the patient was asked for a code that was sent to her cell phone number. You tried to copy and paste the pre-qualification link?
Yeah, because the only time a code is required is if you are doing the verification for the application.
The application itself, right?
So, Erica, I would recommend if you can talk to our success team and maybe share the link that you used so they can take a look at it and see exactly maybe what adjustments need to be made. Yeah, because that does sound a little odd, but we're going to mark that one answered live. Erica, give our success team a chance to help you out with that one. Yeah, that's interesting. Try to copy and paste, but the code was sent to my phone.
She said her audio wasn't working for a second, so I don't know if she caught what you said.
Success@sunbit.com. Give them a chance. Give them the link you used, and then tell them what happened, and give them a chance to look into it. Also, partner support can help with that as well, because that seems like something we would definitely want to escalate to support. It does ask for a verification code. Interesting. How about doing the email instead of text? Because if you click the link, so if you're sending the link to yourself and you click it, yeah, it treats it like you're doing an application.
You're doing an application.
The goal is to copy that link out of your text message and then paste it. So maybe you did email and it was the same. So if you're clicking the link, it begins the verification process, just like you're applying for yourself. So let me pull up an example here where do we have that text message example? Okay, let me pull it up here. Okay, so you text it to yourself and it looks maybe something like this. Now, if you click the link,
you're applying.
You're applying. So yeah, it's going to ask for your phone to verify just like it would for a patient. What you're trying to do is copy that link so you can give it to somebody else or use it on your web banners or wherever you want to click. You want people to click to see their options. So yes, when you click it, it begins the verification as if you're applying. Glad we're actually talking about this. Sorry if anyone's experiencing audio problems. That's why we have this backed up on YouTube and Spotify. So Spotify will be later today.
Yes, but, copy the link. Don't click it. Copy it.
Okay, good question. That was good. I like when we
next week is Q&A. So if you have more questions, have them at the ready.
Yes. Okay, so news and updates. Hold on, I got to change my lights, and I need music, and I need this, and I need this. Yes, Queenita. Okay, hold on, I'm bringing you back. Okay. So what are we talking about here at the end of the show? We got news and updates. We're talking about the Elite Escape, brought to you by Sunbit. So you got to make sure we're doing a little teaser, but next week we're going to be releasing the full details. So stay tuned, join us. We're going to tell you how you can win a 3-night getaway to Hawaii with a +1. Amazing. So this is part of we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary this year. And we're just super excited that there's going to be top Sunbeasts and then random people who will be selected to join the group. And the top automotive and dental Sunbeasts are going to be together. We're so excited. This is going to be a big deal.
Everyone has a chance, all right? All of you have a chance to win this, and we're going to talk more about it next week.
Super exciting. So please join us Sunbeast Live next week. We're going to have the full details. I don't even know the full details yet. We are eagerly awaiting to hear from the team, and then we're going to be sharing it with everybody next week. So make sure you tune in. Next week's episode is audience Q&A. So we're just going to be hanging out with you guys in the chat, answering questions as much as we can as they come through. Is it slipping off? Hold on. There we go. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you. Hold on. There we go. So after that, we're going to be... Yeah. I was trying to do it like you do, like more of a little like halo effect, like a little bit, but I guess it's more, okay. They like it like this. I look goofier. So sign up for future episodes. If you're already here, you're signed up for all of them, so you'll see those calendar reminders. And then the other thing, make sure you are following us on YouTube. And as of now, we are on Spotify, which is pretty exciting. Episodes will be posted later today. You can also check out your Sunbeast mobile app for those sun clips, where you can get quizzed on clips from the show for easy opportunities to earn rewards points and continue your education on your own time. And also make sure you don't miss out on extra cash mode and all the exciting things happening in the Sunbeast mobile app. And like we've learned from Top Sunbeast, make sure you're logging in daily so you don't miss out on all that stuff. But lots of good stuff. Nita, did I miss anything?
No, you didn't. So more on Elite Escape next week. We have Q&A next week. So come ready with your questions. And don't forget to save those links with the marketing kits that we sent today. And it's in your dashboard. But that's it.
From all of us at Sunbit, thank you so much for being part of the Sunbeast user community, for continuing your learning with us, and hopefully we will catch you on the next Sunbeast Live. Take care, everybody, as we dance this one out, and we'll see you later.